So you've probably heard there's a big conspiracy going on about Sakine Littlefeather. You know who Littlefeather was? She was the Indian activist who famously went up on the Oscar stage when Marlon Brando won his Oscar for The Godfather. So it was in 1973 at the Academy Awards that Marlon Brando wrote some 700 word speech, and he handed it to Littlefeather, and he says, "I want you to go to the Academy Awards, and I want you if I win the Best Actor, I want you to go up there and read this for me, and tell them I'm sorry I cannot take this award because of Hollywood's treatments for the Indians." And in Marlon Brando's defense, this woman Littlefeather, she was a very pretty woman back then. Her father was Mexican and her mother was a white Caucasian, so that gave her some beautiful features. And she easily passed for an Indian. Marlon Brando thought she was an Indian. He sent her there because she said she was an Indian. But apparently it was all fake. She made it up, and she wanted to be an actress, and everything in Hollywood is fake. I'm not trying to say here that Marlon Brando knew anything about this fake engine. But Marlon Brando knew that in Hollywood, as long as you look the part, anybody can play anything. Marlon Brando played everything. Marlon Brando played a Mexican, a Japanese. Marlon Brando was a legend in the acting world. But what's trending now on the internet is this woman Littlefeather. She just died recently. Her two sisters have come out and said it was all a lie. She was not an Indian. She made it up, and her father was Mexican and the mother was white Caucasian. And one of the sisters says, yeah, my father was who he was. My family came from Mexico. My dad was born in Oxnard. That's on the father's side, of course. So the father was from Mexico. The sisters don't talk about their white mother, and they haven't really been in contact with Littlefeather either. They found out that their sister Littlefeather died. They found that out on the internet. So they were not really talking to each other. Littlefeather had lots of health issues over the years. She never really made it as an actress. She claimed she was blacklisted. And it was all one confused situation. Marlon Brando was upset that they booed her when she got up there to read the speech. They booed her. They wouldn't even listen to her. After the chaos of the Academy Awards, and later on, she actually went to Marlon Brando's house, and she claims that when she was in the house, bullets were fired through his door. So Marlon Brando must have been a pretty cool, calm, collective character when he got into this stuff. I mean, people shooting through his door, and I could just see Marlon Brando being cool about it. Let's go downstairs to the basement where we'll be safer. Anyhow, this story is trending. Apparently, Littlefeather was not an Indian. Her father was Mexican, and her mother was Caucasian from Europe.